This is Who's Your Daddy with a video response to V-Spring about painting his dresser with sheet paint. And you can see here, this week I painted my dresser in oil paint. And it has that nice gloss effect and it looks wet to the touch. It's way better than the cheap Walmart paint, the latex paint where you gotta do 10 coats. I've painted with that shit before when I was younger and it just sucks. Makes a mess, wastes time, energy. If you just pay 50 bones for a gallon of paint like this, see, this is from General Paint, Benjamin Moore, same kind of shit. But it's a good quality paint. 2 coats was all I needed. I did 1 coat the one night, let it dry overnight. Then the next day, I did another coat. And I used this 4-inch roller here, if you can see. Yeah. And it did a really nice coat, giving a really nice sheen. A sheen to the drawers. And I took out the drawers, each drawer, unscrewed the knobs. You can see the knobs here, unscrewed those. And I just gave it 1 coat. And when you give it a coat, make sure, you know how with latex paint you can just keep going over and over and over and you want any direction and fuck around, do whatever you want. Well, with oil paint, you gotta go 1 stroke. You can do 1, 2, 3 strokes. Any more than that, it'll just fuck it up and it'll smear and you'll get holes in your paint. Not actual hole. You know what I mean? So just go 1 stroke and then 2 stroke. Boom, done. And let it dry overnight. And then give it another coat the next day, and you'll have a nice effect on it. And do that the whole thing with this. Boom, like so. And you'll have a nice coat on there. And also keep some paint thinner, because my mistake was I tried to wash my brushes under the sink tap, and I just got my hands covered in it, got my brush covered in oil paint, got the sink covered in oil paint, and just made a huge mess. So you gotta use some paint thinner and let it sit in there to clean it and clean up any spills that you make. You shouldn't be making any spills, but shit happens. And for the knobs here, I took them off and I dipped them actually into the paint can, and it gave it a perfect coat around the knobs as well. I'm not sure how your dresser is, but that's how my dresser is. And I just unscrewed them here, put a piece of styrofoam and the screw, put the styrofoam through the screw, and then dipped it into the paint, flipped them back over, put them onto the paint tray, and then let them dry for 24 hours. And it turned out really nice, as you can see here. So my assignment for you, V-Spring, is to paint your dresser in oil paint and then put up a video response to this. I also use my dresser as a kitchen counter, so my next goal is to tile the top, and I'll post up the results later as well.